Welcome back to Shareverse's Smash Parody series, specifically the end of the second era. I'm AJ, and this video will discuss the final updated version of Super Smash Lesbians the series, that being Super Smash Lesbians the series for Switch. This video will be relatively short, mainly for the fact that I can't talk much about this installment without bringing up yet another storyline I have yet to release, Blood of Sephzero's 2. This is because both the parody series and the storyline coincide with one another, with SSLSS serving as the climax and ending to that storyline. Because of the events, Blood of Sephzero 2 will get its own video. For now, I will try my best to circle around it and strictly focus on the parody series. Following the morbid and dark conclusion of Super Smash Lesbians the series, my reflection, AJ, had no real reason to ever bring back the parody series. Weeks became months, as my reflection and my personal life was dealing with other, more realistic things. Despite that, the game adaptation of the production was doing pretty well for Astral Souls. Initially, AJ decided to leave it at that and walk away from the passion project. That is, until he noticed an afterthought that never crossed his mind. You see, each installment of the game adaptations were released on every major gaming console, but for the Nintendo lineup, it was given the dumb idea to release the most up-to-date title on the Wii U, which by 2017 was already an obsolete, doomed console. By that point, the Switch was already out and a vastly superior console. The reason why Smash Lesbians was not on the Switch was because there was no main Smash game on that console to coincide with it. But that's when AJ got an idea. Majority of the games during the first year of the Switch were mainly ports from the Wii U. Breath of the Wild technically started out as a Wii U game, Mario Kart 8 got a deluxe edition with more content later on, both Bayonetta 1 and 2 were moved to the Switch, and Splatoon 2 is technically an enhanced version of Splatoon 1. So the idea of putting Smash Lesbians on the Switch before Smash Bros. Would be potentially a good business practice for Astral Souls before it was too late. However, because the game would be ported over, it would make a few new additions that would be added in order to make the game's re-release feel more special. That meant the parody series would need one more live stream to promote the new updated version. And with that, Super Smash Lesbians the series for Switch would be the final production of the parody series for the foreseeable future. This was AJ's only chance to set things right before walking away for good. How could he not screw it up? The production would air on November 3rd, 2017, but by that point, Blood of Sephzero 2 was already underway, and this time around, AJ was involved in the storyline, meaning that he would not be able to attend the production. But not to worry, because as a matter of fact, neither was Starla, or Rosalina, or anybody that could twist the event into its usual chaos from the Sephzero organization. Like I said before, Blood of Sephzero 2 was going on, so that meant a good amount of the organization members, they were all busy with that storyline. There were a handful of members that were in the production, but they weren't anybody too menacing. And while people like Carmilla and Double were at the production, they had no interest in showing off that night. So with that said, the first match went off without a hitch. Nozomi versus Nozomi. And wait a minute, I thought Nozomi Kaminashi died. Well, this is something that I will be explaining in yet another unreleased video. That being Stamped Up 2, which I already made the first part too, so look into that whenever the second part comes out. But make sure you subscribe to the channel to see whenever I release that video. But going back to the fight, the two Nozomis duked it out, with the superior version coming out on top, and proving that this event will remain intact. And that it did. Similar to the Melee production in 2016, everyone was well behaved and there weren't any issues, and both times, AJ was not present. Maybe he was the catalyst for all of the chaos. I kid. But also, since AJ was never going to get an opportunity like this again, he was able to send in Freya in the Dr. Mario role to appear during the production. So in all seriousness, everyone was indeed here. Or at least the ones that weren't either busy or dead. But right about when the event was going to go into its usual chaos at the 11th hour, Rosalina hurried onto the set. She said that nothing was wrong, but that Starla had orchestrated a sleeper agent to the event to cause mischief. One of the organization members that was on set, Gloria Hyde. She requested a fight between her and the Hyde, but almost immediately, Gloria transformed. In a spontaneous growth, Rosalina was now fighting against a werewolf, something that never happened before. Because at that moment, Gloria activated her Midland form, the second stage for all Sephzero organization members, to which will be discussed more in Blood of Sephzero 2. Rosalina had already brawled with members in this form, so she was able to defeat and kill Gloria easily. But Gloria wasn't the only member Starla sent out, because then and there, a more broader and menacing Wolfman entered the set. This was Savage Knight, the most recent member of the organization, and by his presence, it looks like he and Rosalina had some history the past week. Again, Blood of Sephzero 2, I will explain a lot of it. But Rosalina was much more prepared to fight him than their first encounter. And because he stood on the set during the live stream, it made Savage Knight a member of the production portraying no role. Not that it would matter anyway because it was the last one. But anyway, the two fought, and right when Savage was gonna go for his killing blow, featuring his cock,
A what?
Rosalina was not only able to dodge it, but break it. Having experienced that attack before, she was able to know all of his tricks. And because of his crippling pain, all Savage could do was be faced with blow after blow. She then pulled a gun to his head, asking where was Starla. Knowing the battle was lost, Savage spilled the beans that Starla was at the Fountain of Dreams in space. Following that answer, Rosalina shot him, knowing the final battle was upon her now. Before she left, she told Anna to close up shop for her and AJ and flew off to deal with her own personal demon. Anna already having experience with closing a production with Melee, she was more than confident to have one final match between her and the piloted Master Chef. The final match was as expected since it was almost a repeat of Melee, but during which Anna had a lot on her mind, meaning she wasn't fully focused. Eventually, Master Chef got the upper hand and attacked Anna with an energy blast, not only knocking her out, but losing her hat in the process. It seemed like this was the end of the fight, until a last-minute Hail Mary came when the Mario roll countered the finishing blow. But it didn't come from Anna, it came from Nami. Supposedly, Nami knew that this was going to be the last Smash Lesbians event, and she wouldn't miss the Worlds for it if she didn't make one last appearance. She told Anna to stand her ground, and the two double-teamed Master Chef, both Mario rolls from both incarnations of the Parody series, attacked the giant mech, before using a unison attack to completely total the mech. Samus admitted defeat, and with that, the Mario rolls won. Nami noticing Anna's hat on the ground, she decides to give it back to her, claiming that she proved herself to be worthy of continuing to carry the legacy of Super Smash Crew, almost coming full circle to what came before. Employees trying to kill one another in Super Smash Crew, to employees coming together in Super Smash Lesbians. And with one final plot twist, it turned out Nami was never actually on the stage. It was a mirage tempo of her, while the real Nami was still on the Thousand Sunny. Because at that point, the Whole Cake Island arc was in effect, so Nami couldn't leave her post as much as before. So really, Nami is technically a member of the production, except not really because she didn't step foot on set. But, I think it's fitting that she would be the final member. Another fitting thing to note, since One Piece was on the Whole Cake Island arc in 2017, Mario Odyssey was also released at that time, both of which featuring a wedding crash and rescue mission plot, and both feature an island made of food. Again, just another coincidence to tie all of this up. But with this send-off, Anna officially called that this was the end of Super Smash Lesbians the series for Switch, and with that, the live stream ended. This time ending with everyone feeling satisfied. And as for Rosalina, her fight with Starla is best saved to discuss for another time. And with that, this was the end of the second era of the Smash Parody series, this time ending on a high note with hope and positivity. Later on, Nintendo would release Smash for the Switch, but much to everyone's surprise, it wasn't an enhanced port of Smash 4, rather a whole new game in and of itself. And with that notion, many Astro Souls assumed that Smash Lesbians would return, and while it didn't get there overnight. So the next time I talk about the Parody series, I will discuss how Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate was greenlit, a Season 0 if you will. So if you liked the video, please consider leaving a like, and subscribe for more Shareverse content as well as other media related videos. I feel like a 1K subscriber special could be fun. And with that, I'm AJ, and I'll see you all in the next one.